All right. Well, I'm Evan.
I'm Dave. And I'm Isaac.
We are all varsity athletes here at the high school, and in all the sports that we play, there are injuries. And go back. And those injuries, our question is, are those injuries preventable? Like, are all injuries preventable, or do they just happen? And we were supposed to go to a middle school today and present our information to a younger group of kids and uprising athletes, but that didn't really work out, so we're planning on doing that tomorrow, but here's what we had so far.
Yeah. Our definition of sports injuries are kinds of injuries that have most commonly occurred in sports exercise, and we gave surveys out to athletes here at Buffalo High School, and what we got back that most common injuries were sprains, concussions, and fractures.
One of the most common is sprains. In our survey, we saw that about 60% of athletes here at Mount Pleasant have seen or had a sprain. A sprain is when tissues, your banding connective tissue stretch or torn, and it's obviously in your ankles, and you can sprain lots of things, but the most common is ankle sprains, and you roll your ankle, and it's just a very common injury.
Concussions are also a very common injury that we saw. 55% of the athletes that we surveyed have had or have seen these injuries in their sports. Each one injures your brain in some way, and a concussion is a traumatic brain injury that changes the way your brain functions. And this is George Fisker. He's a former NFL player. He's retired now, and he suffers from severe short-term memory loss. And he says that playing in the NFL, which is most people's dream growing up, he says it's the biggest regret in his life. Everything that he does, he takes a journal around with him. He writes every single thing that he does down on a journal because he can't remember anything. So that's his life, is in a journal. And
yeah. Another very common one is fractures. Fractures happen when a bone breaks. A fracture is not like an actual break, it's smaller, but fractures can take longer to heal. 65% of the athletes have had or seen a fracture.
And fractures occur from repeated stretches of the bone over time. So it happens a lot with running athletes and your legs and stuff, which is what happened to Kevin Ware. He overused his legs a little too much, and
College basketball player.
this is, some of you may know what happened in the Final Four game. I think it was Final Four.
Yeah, it was the Final
Of
Four.
a couple years ago, the basketball tournament. It's a pretty gross and gruesome injury, and we're gonna show the video. So if you don't want to watch, I don't know, maybe turn your head.
It's really fast, so you
Yeah,
might miss it. It's right at the beginning, so find out where he's at, Evan.
You've been warned.
Yeah.
He's gonna be up at the top.
He's up against.
Watch this guy right here. He's about to shoot a three, and he's gonna try and block it. He's in the white.
Yeah.
No.
You have to click on it.
Click, dude.
There. Stays out.
No. Oh my gosh.
Just stop.
Please excuse the interruption. Those interested in trying out for the 2014 sideline cheer team, there will be an open gym tonight and Thursday night in the regular gym at 6 p.m. And the staffing call for today has been canceled. Thank you.
We just watched the hour. That's fine.
Can you click on the link?
Maybe escape and go. Is there a picture now? Alright. Well, that's not good. If they're gonna play with it out there too.
Can you
All right,
right-click
well,
on
long
the-
story
Caitlin,
short
can you
is-
right-click on the image and see if you can get the link?
Because I like download it off YouTube, so it's its own thing.
Yeah. Should we just go to YouTube?
Is this your thing?
You're logged in, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah. Sorry about this. We just looked at this last hour and it worked.
Alright, again, this is pretty sick.
Hey, what do you mean?
So, it's gross. Turn your head if you don't want to watch, but top of the screen.
He's like, what did I do?
Alright, here it is again, so. Get ready.
Yeah, I should have done the Silva video.
Alright, and that. Next one that we have.
Injuries like that make athletes like us think like, I mean, he's a Division I athlete. He prepares himself better than anybody else, and like it just makes you think like it. Like he was just going to block a shot, it was like a normal thing, and his leg just broke like that. I mean, it makes you
It shows
think.
how easy injuries can happen.
Yeah, like we wonder how can you really prevent yourself? Like, I mean, being a Division I athlete, like.
And that brings us to our question, are injuries preventable? This actually looked like one that wasn't really preventable, but actually it is. Dr. Robert Blatter, who's a new Jets physician, said that it was unlikely the bone was normal, and people go up all the time and block a shot. That doesn't happen every time. So he obviously was running on it too much. There was a pre-existing injury, or his diet potentially lacked vitamin D. Like milky stuff.
One more injury that was kind of crazy that we personally don't think was preventable.
It was preventable, but it wasn't preventable by the.
He could have prevented it, but like the form that the person tackled him in could have been preventable.
All right, watch the running back right
Yeah.
here.
He just went low as a normal tackle. If you watch a little slower, watch his
You'll
legs.
see it. It's worse than the last one.
Yeah, this one, I think this one might be worse than the last one, personally.
That's awesome.
Gives you a shivers and that he's not easy, stuff like that. This is his second knee injury. This is his second series. Watch here. Number 21. And I mean that can be preventable if that's a Division I quarterback. That's,
God damn.
I mean that there is, I guess that's football. I mean the only way that could have been preventable is if the Division I quarterback would not have put his shoulder into his knee. But I mean, things
Again,
like
that's another injury that is preventable, but that was a terrible tackling technique used by that cornerback.
Exactly.
He is also at a lot of risk doing that, because he could have easily broken his neck, got a concussion, anything like that. But Marcus Lattimore, actually, evidently injuries aren't always bad, because he said this is the best experience of his life.
He, after his injury, he like dropped out of college and went to and got a lot of help. And he said that he learned more in the time after this injury how to like better himself. And he said he bettered himself as a athlete because he got smarter and how to put the right nutritions in your body and what to do and what not to do. And that will segue into the next slide.
And on our survey, 40% of the athletes believe that injuries can be prevented.
Yes.
Also, you need the proper nutrients to prepare your body to have tip-top shape to perform at your best. So you need hydration, you need fats, proteins, carbohydrates. fuel sources is that you need proper carbohydrates, proteins, fats. You need to balance it out so you get enough. The survey shows that 65% of athletes are failing to get hydrated. Also, you need to eat breakfast, which is the most important meal of the day, and skipping can also lead to you not being able to focus, being tired throughout the day. Also, eating before workouts, when to eat stuff, what to eat, what to hydrate yourself with, and also during breaks, after workouts, /game, and then that also helps you perform better.
What we do with our information,
Well, we are going to do it.
we were supposed to do this morning. What we're going to do, we're going to a gym class at West Intermediate, middle school, 7th and 8th graders. And we chose the gym class because obviously most athletes take gym.
And play sports in the gym.
And we chose West because we wanted to teach like the younger uprising kids, because the survey we gave out shows that 100% of the athletes were not taught enough about injuries growing up as athletes. And we chose West because kids look up to varsity athletes. I remember being at the middle school, we
Yeah.
thought varsity athletes were like professional players.
Exactly. Those,
So
watching the
we
coming of
think,
those games were like the best thing.
we think talking to them is really going to get through to them.
Yeah.
And we'll play a game with them after.
We got a lot to teach these kids. I think it'll be very beneficial.
That's that.
And that is our.